What glorious conditions to be out fishing. Probably not what a salmon angler wants to see, but the sea trout here in the Rio Grande don't seem to be too bothered. There you go, that's a great take. I've just letting the fly swing in and a fish has grabbed it. Fantastic. Oh, it's coming straight towards me. I don't like this at all. I'm not able to get tension in the system and drive the fly home. It's off. I could see that coming. I'm still seeing fish here, so there's a good chance for another hookup. I'll take another run through this pool and see if I can get lucky. The Rio Grande cuts an instantly recognisable form where it glides through its escarpments towards the ocean. It never fails to impress me. Every day I'm here, it brings new experiences and leaves me with unforgettable memories. The tundra can be a cruel landscape at times, a seemingly barren land with little life. Yet, in the slow meandering pools of the river, between the months of December and April, a fascinating migration occurs. A fantastic run of wild sea trout returns from the oceans to spawn in the fresh waters of the Rio Grande. A strong and resilient fish that's more than willing to snatch a fly, delicately swung through the pools at just the right speed and depth to catch the eye of the fish. These sea trout that run the river are aggressive, particularly when they first transition from the salt water and bear those striking silver flanks. The run is a draw to the fly fisher. The fishing here can never be called easy, despite the number of fish that arrive here each season. The conditions can be trying, but with effort and persistence, it will bring success to an angler who is willing to come to the end of the world in its pursuit. I'm fishing here with a full floating line and a small EMB nymph. The fish will be concentrated close to the far bank where there's a deep channel. I'm not going to bother letting the fly swing all the way to the dangle, because the fish won't be sitting in the shallows. Atlantic salmon, and particularly steelhead I have found, will lie in the shallows, but in my experience, these fish don't. I'm going to maximise the time the fly is swinging in the channel, which is only the far third of the river. I'm putting some movement into the fly as it swings. I tend to increase the movement as it comes out of the channel in case there's something following it. Nothing this time, so I'll set up for another cast. I'm using the double spey cast here, which is unusual for me. It's not a cast I use a lot as I find it quite inefficient. However, the wind is quite strong over my shoulder, and I find in these conditions I can get a better angle than with my usual snake roll. It's always good to have options for casting here in the Rio Grande, as the wind can change direction in an instant. I'll just keep working my way through this pool. There's a good chance of a fish here, and I can sense by my guide's position on the bank. He's thinking exactly the same thing. This was a softer take on the fish I lost earlier in this pool, but it's playing completely differently. It took the fly and immediately turned and headed back downstream. I can feel the weight of the fish as it pushes downstream. This fish is definitely going to be well hooked. Strange how two fish taking in a similar spot can act completely differently. It's starting to work its way upstream now. I try and inch the line back and keep full tension on the line. I'm not going to give this fish the chance to slip the hook. I put more pressure on the fish there and it didn't like it, angrily stripping line out of the reel. I love the sound of this Murray Stewart 400 reel. It's just a machine. It's worked its way upstream and it's almost opposite me now. I start to back out of the water and draw the fish out of the deep channel and it obliges. I continue to guide it out and it's not giving much resistance. The plan is to get the fish into the shallows so it will have less water to run. Obviously, it's got other ideas. Luciano ushers me out of the water. He wants me to shorten the line and draw the fish in. The fish immediately senses his presence and tries to push away. I try to hold it firm, but still has strength and it reels away from us. That's so frustrating, but it isn't ready to come in just yet. Luciano shouts and signals me to get the fish closer. He wants me to put pressure on this fish. I crank the fish closer into me. This multiplying fly reel really comes in handy at times like these. He sees the fish in close now and signals me to back up. He wants me to draw the fish to him. He's in the water like a flash and nets the fish on the first attempt. No messing around here. Let's see what we've got. It's always difficult to gauge the weight of these Rio Grande sea trout. It's definitely not in the double figures, so we won't take the time to weigh it in the net. Better to get the fish unhooked and back in the water. I'm going to give myself around 8 pounds for this fish. I'll just let Luciano release this one. It's had a fair fight, so I'll just let it go immediately. I've got a feeling it's going to be off like a bullet. Just look at that fish go. Still plenty of strength in it. Another gleaming sea trout from the Rio Grande.